the top 10 biggest clubs in the world. I've given this the due diligence that it needs. I've picked the 10 biggest clubs. We're factoring in every metric. The biggest clubs in the world. I've got my list. And Mr. Ade Oladipo, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Have you got your list?
I have my list.
Okay. Do you want to kick us off with number 10?
Happy to. Chelsea are my number 10.
10th biggest club in the world?
10th biggest club in the world.
So there are 9 bigger teams than Chelsea?
I could have gone 15 bigger clubs than Chelsea, but Chelsea have this thing. Fan base-wise, not the biggest, but trophy-wise, they have to be into consideration. They just have to be. Chelsea, one of those teams, they could be 17th one season or next season and win a trophy.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Every single time. Have Chelsea in the last 15 years gone without 2 seasons without winning a trophy?
We have, but only in the new ownership. The first couple of seasons of the new owners.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. we went nearly 30 years without doing that prior to the ownership.
Yeah, European Cup winners, league winners, FA Cup winners. Even when Chelsea was struggling, they used to win the FA Cup. It was just their thing of winning a trophy, even so, albeit a smaller one. But yeah, Chelsea, without a doubt, and the players that they can attract as well to the club.
Yeah, there's a slight problem with putting Chelsea this low. There's a slight problem, and it's.
I thought you were going to say slight problem putting Chelsea so high.
Let me tell you, or at least present my case as to why I think it's too low. And it isn't something that I'm saying with any love here.
Go on.
I just think that the power of the Premier League carries a lot of weight.
The power of the Premier League does, but the Premier League's been in existence for 34 years. There was a period before the Premier League where teams were big. No, I still think that carries a lot of weight. I think it carries a lot of weight.
Okay.
But you're right. Premier League is big, but I don't think Chelsea have done enough to eclipse some of the behemoths in front of them.
Yeah.
Not enough. And by the way, look, 10th biggest club in the world is massive.
Yeah.
You're not happy, are you?
No, because I don't think it's accurate, but I'm sort of factoring in. I'm enjoying this conversation because I'm enjoying this dialogue because it's influencing the way I feel about my list.
Okay, go on, your 10.
My 10. Okay.
That start was insane. That could have been like a 20-second start. Just tell me your 10.
I'm putting it forward to discuss.
No.
Okay, so what I've written.
That's not
what
I've written.
But having discussed it, I'm now not so sure.
No,
because I think you've made some good points.
But you can't just do that.
No, okay.
I could do that.
Okay, I'm putting it forward as what I've written, but I believe it may be wrong now.
Go ahead.
But my motivation for writing it, we've got to explore as well.
Okay, go on.
I've written Paris Saint-Germain. And the reason what I was trying to do is to try, which I don't naturally do. I get a lot of grief for being a nostalgia merchant and things like that. People always tell me that I think of the past too much. Yeah. What I was trying to do was sort of embrace the modern era of football.
Absolutely not.
And understand who Paris Saint-Germain Paris Saint-Germain are now.
You know what? There'll be French football fans that'll be screaming watching this and let's chuck Marseille in it then. Do you know what I mean? Like Paris Saint-Germain.
I would have argued that. Like, Paris Saint-Germain weren't as big as Marseille.
Are Paris Saint-Germain bigger than Man City?
Yes.
No.
They are.
They're not. Well, because of the fan base. Is it because of the fan base?
I think if you think of what Paris Saint-Germain,
they both remind me of each other, but Man City have won so much more.
Did you not think? Let me give you my reasons as to why I'm trying to acknowledge Paris Saint-Germain. I don't particularly like PSG. I've been there far too many times with Chelsea. It hasn't always ended well. But firstly, think about what they had with that triumvirate. You know, when they had. Firstly, Paris as a city is about as iconic as you can get.
Agreed.
They are the sole proponent of Paris.
There is a Paris FC, I think.
No, but
yeah,
it'd be like saying that there's other London. If Chelsea were the only London team, or Arsenal were the only London team, there's Brentford or something. It doesn't matter. There is Paris Saint-Germain. So they're a one-team city in one of the most iconic and beautiful cities.
They're just too
new
in the world. They're just too new in terms of.
But they're brand new.
But in terms of being at this table as the biggest clubs in the world, they're just too brand new.
It's interesting that you say that though, because another reason why I'm suggesting that perhaps they deserve to be on this table is because of their newness.
Well, then you have that means you have to have Man City in there.
No, sorry.
That means you have to have Man City in there.
Adi, Man City are very old. They've got new success, but they're a very old club. Paris Saint-Germain are a brand new club, realistically. Paris Saint-Germain are probably only as old as our parents.
Yeah.
And look at what they've done in that period of time. I think that's kind of relevant as well.
It's a great argument. I can't have them in
What
there.
about when they had this triumvirate? The city of Paris, about as iconic as it gets. Nike as a brand was very interwoven, right? The Jordan thing.
Yeah.
So Nike... I don't need to say anymore.
Yeah.
And then Lionel Messi. They had Lionel Messi.
And it all failed.
And it
failed.
Yeah.
And it failed.
It didn't fail.
It did fail because
domestically,
we could go there and still win domestically. It failed in terms of what their main aim was. that triumvirate.
Okay, what about what's
you had
happened since?
Neymar and you had Mbappe had to win something.
What about what's happened since? They've won a European Cup.
Fair.
Like, just to talk about this, you and I both live a stone's throw away from London's fashionable West End.
Yeah.
I hate even saying this, but I'm just got to present a case. There is a Paris Saint-Germain shop on Oxford Street.
Yeah.
Does that not demonstrate the Paris Saint-Germain logo?
No.
You know what Jay-Z said about the New York.
Yeah.
Like, the Paris Saint-Germain logo has become a fashionable.
It's big. It is, and I almost feel like in
They've
10 years'
just
time,
had a Ballon d'Or winner. They've just had a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, look, find an extra line.
No,
I'm
I'm trying to, because look, historically, your reference to Marseille is so spot on, but the days of Basil Bowley and Jean-Pierre Papin are confined to history now. Like that, you and I know Basil Bowley. Yeah. I guarantee you there will be some people watching this, and I hope they enjoy this kind of chat, but they'll be now Googling Basil Bowley.
Yeah, but
they'll be Googling Jean-Pierre
That's
Papin.
an age thing. That's their fault.
A Beady Pele.
Upgrade yourselves.
No, but
that's their fault.
No, but I'm saying that not out of spite or sneeriness to anybody that doesn't know who Beady Pele is. I'm saying it because it was so long ago that you can be a legitimate football fan now and not really know that Marseille were what you're saying
now
they were.
Knowing that you have PSG in your top 10, I'm now fascinated to see what you've got in your oven.
Okay,
because you clearly...
But PSG could be wrong.
1 second. How many Italian teams you got on your list?
One.
Okay, we have a problem.
One, because I nearly had two, but
we have
one.
a problem then.
But I think I can rationalise it.
I know who you've got, and I know who you.
The one I've got is non-negotiable.
I know who you haven't got then.
Yeah, you do. But look, focus with me for a moment on PSG. And look, I'm happy to be wrong here, Ad.
One second. Wait. So, let's get to the list. I love this.
Wait, I enjoy the didactic nature of this, right? If you can educate me, I can hold my hands up.
No, my education to you is that this is a new team who has spent $5 billion on assembling a squad. And there are old teams here with so much more rich history. And I'm not going way back. I'm not talking Nottingham Forest times or Villa. But I'm saying there's teams that are recent success that deserve to be in this.
So if you're saying Marseille, on some level,
I'm not saying Marseille.
For example,
Marseille not in my top 10.
For example,
but I'm saying
Paris
Marseille.
Wrong.
In France, I think most people would say Marseille are a bigger club than Paris Saint-Germain.
I think were. It'd be like me going, if we were doing this list when we were kids, when Alan McCoist and Mark Hateley were leading the line for Glasgow Rangers, Rangers would be on this list. If we were doing it a decade or so later when Henrik Larsson was scoring goal after goal and they were winning 9 in a row, you put Glasgow Celtic on this list. There was a time when you could have put Partizan Belgrade on the list.
No.
There's a time when you could have put Benfica on the list.
You're right, but the difference with that, your argument there is, if I'm picking two Scottish teams, fair enough, but you're picking a French team over another French team, and the French team that you're picking, now, Marseille are bigger in terms of trophies. Marseille are bigger.
But by that logic, so was Saint Etienne. By that logic, Saint Etienne were until very recently the most. Club, yeah. Like, I wouldn't
pick them either.
Eddie, I'm trying to modernise, right? To be the man I want to be. I'm constantly slandered, right, for viewing football through the lens of nostalgia. I'm trying to modernise. If we wanted to do a list that went Benfica, Partizan Belgrade, Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic, Marseille, PSV Eindhoven, fine. That would have been a list once. But there has to be an evolution to this. Sampdoria would have been in it. 100%. Sampdoria would have been in it. There has
to be an evolution, but you can't add a new club to that evolution when there's 10 others that are still fighting and then still, I think, bigger than that new club. That's just my thing.
Okay. So I've said I'll stick to it.
And I'll stick to it.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you're right. Maybe people at home watching are going to be like, Ade, you're an old fogey. Like maybe.
I don't think so. I think I will be wrong in terms of the comments, but we'll find out. In 9, I've gone for Ajax.
In 9. Okay, go on.
I've gone for Ajax in 9.
Good team.
And the reasoning is because I think that certain clubs, and Ajax are almost a key component of this, they're almost founding fathers of football.
Yeah.
They did something truly incredible in football. When you think about that team that they built, that were all from the academy, all from basically Amsterdam. When Patrick Kluivert scored that goal in the European Cup final in 1995, the team was truly, it was Aaron Winter, it was the two De Boers, it was Jari Litmanen, he was finished, but it was Jari Litmanen, it was Mark Overmars, it was truly unbelievable. And then the following season, they made it to another year. In 96, they should have retained it.
Finidi George. Remember all of them? Yeah, remember him,
Finidi George.
Kanu. Mate, it was an incredible team.
But they were robbed of retaining it because it was the Juve era that was controversial. You know, the team that they lost to in the final.
Yeah.
The team that so Ajax got to the final 96.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're not even touching on the history previous.
The 70s, the Johan Cruyff.
Johan
era.
Cruyff.
They've got to be in.
Total football.
Mate, probably. You know, everyone says...
Incredible support as well.
Everyone would always reference, and rightly so, the Barcelona team, right? That Barcelona team that...
Doesn't exist without Cruyff.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. I have my number 9. I have Juventus.
Yeah.
Juventus at number 9. I've got Ajax at 8.
Ajax at 8.
I've got Juve at 9. Me growing up, it was just all Juventus. All I remember was sort of Del Piero. I just remember Del Piero. I remember Zidane. I remember Nedved. I remember the lot of them. And I was thinking, this team's just unstoppable.
Yeah, there was a time.
There was a time when it felt like they were winning Scudetto after Scudetto after... I don't know how many Italian leagues they won. I know they had the issue where they got relegated. But when I think of that black and white striped jersey, Edgar Davids and Thuram, everyone seemed to play for Juventus.
Yeah.
There was a time, without a shadow of a doubt, they were the biggest club in world football. One second.
No.
There was a time when they were the biggest club in world. Who was bigger than them at the time?
Literally never that.
What's your definition of biggest club? I don't mean
everything
fan
into
base.
account.
I mean the best club.
Oh, the best team in
the world.
Yeah,
I don't mean the biggest.
They had a very good
team.
team. They've got a horrific record in Europe, though.
Yeah, but they've won a trophy.
Yeah, they've won it. But their record of losing finals.
You haven't got them.
You're
talking like you haven't got them.
Can I give you my reasoning?
How can you not have Juve? How can you have Paris Saint-Germain and not Juventus?
Juve.
Come on, Rory. Rory. No.
If I were to have,
I want him out of it.
No. You can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave me here on my own. I've got to do it all on my own. Juve. They don't have the support. Like, I went to the Delle Alpi. I saw Michael Essien score at the Delle Alpi. And I was blown away at the lack of support, the volume of fans that they have. They just don't have it. Yeah. Like, they moved to a smaller ground.
Yeah.
So that surprised me a bit. Then I know this is a sad reflection of Italian football. Like, this isn't how I want it to be. I adore Italian football. Anybody that watches this channel regularly will know. Look, there's a homage to. I've got Sampdoria here. I've got Lazio there. I've got Fiorentina here. I truly love Italian football. And growing up, if we were having this conversation when I was growing up, and Signori was scoring goals for Lazio, it'd be a very different story. But Juve, I just don't see them as being that giant.
No, they're a giant
today.
No, they're a giant still. And look, they've fallen off.
But
their period in the mid-90s to the early 2000s, that little run, they have to...
And then obviously previously Platini and whatever else. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, when they had Zidane in there, it was a peak Zidane was in their midfield with Edgar Davids.
No, you are right. Then, but am I wrong then? I'm trying to appreciate an evolution of the game. And I don't often do that.
But you can't do that by disrespecting what came before.
I don't think it is a disrespect, though. I mean, if the list went on...
Roberto Baggio for them?
If the list went on, yeah, I agree. I love Baggio.
So what are you doing
I was
then?
heartbroken when Baggio missed in 94.
So what are you doing then?
But it is so long. Do you know how long ago, Baggio, just to demonstrate something? Do you know...
No.
This will blow your mind.
Is their run that they had, is it bigger than the run that PSG have been on?
Yes, but it never got... Football is different now, and social media has changed things. Yeah. Juve, when they were at their best, they could never have the reach that Paris Saint-Germain can have now. There was never a Juve shop on Oxford Street.
No, very true. Yeah.
It's
the players that played for PSG were just so big that Juve didn't have that, did they?
No, and look, I like Juve. I mean, you know when Paul Pogba was at Juve, he was one of my favourite players to watch that didn't play for my club. Pogba under Conte at Juve. With arrow
Pirlo,
pass,
with Pirlo.
Arrow.
Come on.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Buffon
Period.
in goal. It was glorious.
But can we talk about Juve in this vein that we're talking about them now? Who's Juve's main player today? Does this prove a point, or does it not?
No. Who's Ajax's main player today?
Good point. Wait,
no, you ain't gonna get it.
No, but the reason I'm saying Ajax is I'm basing Ajax in this list almost purely because of their contribution to football, because of Johan Cruyff.
And I'm doing Juventus based on that. Platini, Zidane,
but
Del
Cruyff,
Piero, Nedved. I've just named equally good players.
Cruyff and Total Football and those cages in Amsterdam have had an impact on football that far outweighs.
And I think Juventus did that for Italian football, the players I just mentioned. There was a period when they had, without doubt, the best players in the world.
Yeah, they had the best players in the world. But they weren't... Ajax created the best players in the world. Okay. Wim Jonk, Aaron Winter, Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Kluivert, Mark Overmars, Edwin van der Sar. They all came through at Ajax and were schooled in this total football.
I'm not too mad at you not having Juventus in there. But I don't think you can have Juventus in there on the basis of having Paris Saint-Germain in there.
My Paris Saint-Germain was a nod to the modern era of football, but this is more interesting. If I didn't have Paris Saint-Germain, the clubs I would be thinking of next, it would be maybe one of the Glasgow clubs, maybe Inter Milan. That would be the angle. It still wouldn't be Juve.
Okay.
But look, I've gone Ajax in 9. Yeah. I've got Chelsea in 8.
Oh, it's a bit high. That's a bit high.
But there is a Premier League weight. You know, when you work in London, they give you payment called London weighting, just because everything's heavier in London. I feel like everything's heavier in the Premier League. I don't want this to be true. I don't like the fact that Benfica can't compete. I don't like the fact that Brighton beat Ajax. I don't want Brighton beating Marseille in football. That's not what should happen. They shouldn't play each other. But the facts of the matter are, that's what it is. So I've got Chelsea in 8. Who's your 8?
I had Ajax in my 8.
Okay. Who's your 7?
Arsenal.
Yeah, 7's my Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. Finally.
7.
Finally. Oh, God.
I've got
no
Arsenal.
argument.
I've got Arsenal in 7.
Yeah,
and
Arsenal
I was really debating this because Arsenal... do you know what? I saw a clip. I don't know if you ever saw it. Arsenal, for me, particularly where I grew up, right, it's always going to be a huge football club.
Massive.
The biggest in my experience.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know if you ever saw it. There was a clip that went round. When Bayern Munich played Arsenal fairly recently, there was a clip that went round. And it was I think it was Joel Bayer interviewing a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
And Joel was doing his thing, you know, and he's all like lively, energetic, yeah. And he's talking to the Bayern fan, and he went, but Arsenal, and Joel's speaking, he goes, but Arsenal are a massive club. And the geezer goes, yeah, in England. But the Bayern fan was basically like, you're not. We don't see you that way. And this isn't me going...
No, that's how we've had them as well, isn't it? Let's be honest, that's how we've kind of treated them as well. Because they've not won the European trophy, we kind of treat them like that as well. But I'm giving them their respect.
If Arsenal had won a European Cup, if they'd won a European Cup, do you think they'd way for...
Yeah, Arsenal would be like 5th or 4th. They could be that
their
high.
European record is just so detrimental to who they want to be, isn't it?
It's horrendous.
What you can't ever deny with regard to Arsenal, like the one metric, volume of fans. There's a billion of them.
All over the world.
There's a billion of them.
Did you go to Africa?
Is it heavy there?
Just Arsenal shirts.
Is it heavy there?
Yeah, Arsenal, Man United. Heavy.
But mate, I'm in London.
Yeah.
Like, do you know if Chelsea play a European Cup final, there will be a pocket of London that will be completely taken over by Chelsea fans. Like anywhere between maybe Earls Court and Parsons Green and a square around that. Right, that will be completely Chelsea.
You can times that by 100.
Yeah, maybe you go down to one. You know, if you go, maybe you even go out to Shepherd's Bush. Maybe, but it will be a pocket. If Arsenal were in a European final, it will be the same pocket that's Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like, you go out in Dalston or Highbury and Islington, it will be Arsenal.
100%.
But if you went out in Fulham, it'd be Arsenal.
Dude,
if you went out in Catford, it'd be Arsenal.
Dude, I used to work for Islington Council. So I experienced Arsenal fans at their...
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Mate, Holston. Like Holston, it would be Arsenal. It'd be Arsenal throughout the capital.
They've got incredible support, but they've also had incredible success as well. I mean, we
and
laugh and joke.
Icons as well.
Icons,
players,
dude. Like, there's so many.
Yeah.
And you know, it helps them as well. Their icon players, a bit like Man United icon players as well now, are on TV everywhere.
Yeah.
So they're not vanishing like Henry and Ian Wright. They're not going anywhere.
They've also got one of the most likeable legends in Wright, and almost non-negotiably the best Premier League player of all time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't actually be my... Is he your opinion?
Is he your... Yeah. He is, yeah.
The best Premier League player of all time as well.
And then they've got probably, some might say, the best captain of all time. Yeah. Again, it's a debatable one, but Tony Adams has that kind of... When I was young,
Bergkamp as an artist.
Captain, when Adams used to kind of put his... I think, captain, like, big player.
Yeah, why are they not higher then? Just their European record?
Is horrendous.
Because I've got
every single team on here They won a European trophy.
Apart from them.
It's
actually quite impressive from Arsenal to
even
be on the
there.
list for
There'll
both
be
of
some
us.
screaming at this, saying, "1 second,
You
why
can't
are they on
be,
this? You can't
when
be
they
on
do,
this."
they do the Gerrard treatment. I think it's ridiculous. That
I
argument.
like Gerrard not winning the Premier
Gerrard,
League.
who's the best midfielder of the Premier League era? I don't think this, but I think Steven Gerrard. And then people go, well, you can't say that because he never won it. I'm like, okay, I can't talk to you anymore, mate.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Arsenal are obviously on this list.
Yeah.
But you are right. If they were to have an era in Europe, you know how Chelsea had
They would never have it.
No, but say they had it. You know how Chelsea won a Champions League, then the following year we won a Europa League, then a decade or so later won another European Cup. Then in between it we've won two. In between it we've won another Europa League, beating Arsenal actually. You know, that's a good 10 years of Europe. You know, if Arsenal had like a good 10 years of Europe, or even less, a good 5 years of Europe, a European Cup, a Europa League, and another Europa League.
Yeah.
Do you think they suddenly become properly in this list, like
No,
high?
no. Because I don't mean to be disrespectful. I look at the 5 teams I've got in front of them, stacked with European silverware. So this isn't just a run.
No, but it only
isn't just a run.
It only
it
takes a period to.
Well, you say that, but Liverpool, 2004-5, and then 1920. You know how long it's taken to get the other one. So it's taken 15 years.
No, but
to get one.
Liverpool had it back to back as well.
Yeah.
Emilien Hughes in Rome.
But there are too many big teams now.
Yeah,
There's too many big boys to even think.
So
and
you
when
think Arsenal would need a 10-year?
They would need to win
2 European Cups in 7 years. Or so.
Yeah, and that ain't happening.
Not at the moment.
Unless your name's Real Madrid.
Okay, so we both agree Arsenal 7. Who have you got in 6?
AC Milan.
Okay, I've got Bayern Munich.
Okay.
I've got Bayern Munich in 6th.
I'm a bit surprised you've got Bayern that low.
I've got AC Milan way higher than you.
Have you? Okay. No,
when I say way higher, significantly higher in terms of what we have left.
Okay. How higher?
Not next.
Okay. It's interesting.
Not next. I've got AC Milan are obviously on the list. But
AC Milan, obviously.
I've got Bayern. Is Bayern on your list? So you got them way higher.
Doubt, yeah.
I've got Bayern. I just think that I think that they're 6th, not because of the size of the club, but because of the power of the Bundesliga.
Fair.
Like the Bundesliga, in my opinion,
Fair.
and this
it's
is
the
our
weakest
list.
league.
Right? It's the least appealing league.
No, you know what? Okay, I'm happy to move them down because of that. I forgot. I didn't really bring that into the consideration. Well, I did, but because they just win it all the time, and there are still good teams in that league, like Dortmund, a good. Okay, fair enough. Bayern Leverkusen. No, you're not shaking. Okay, no. But you're right.
But
Milan
Bayern are huge,
enormous club.
It's the amount of fans that they have from. Firstly, the rest of Germany. It's a bit Manchester United like, Liverpool like. You know, when you could quite easily have grown up in Leipzig and be a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
You could quite easily have grown up in Berlin and be a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
But then it's, you know, like the rest of Europe, Scandinavia, they seem to support them. Austrians seem to support Bayern. Hungarians seem to support Bayern. They've kind of got like a real European support.
100%. But that's where it stops. They won't have any support in Africa.
Probably not Africa, but I wonder how big they are in the States. I was just about to say
that. I was just about to ask that question. It'll be limited, wouldn't it?
There is a history of Germans in America that I don't know if it could be traced back to like German. There was a time when I think there was even like genuine potential for German to become the first language of the States.
Oh wow, okay.
Like years and years ago. So I don't know if there has been that kind of lineage passed down. If there is like an interest in Bayern Munich, but. It can't be as big as Arsenal's. It just can't be.
Yeah, but they're bigger than Arsenal because of the
They're bigger than Arsenal because they're
European
bigger.
success.
Yeah.
No, European success as well. And it's funny because although we do say their league is an easy league, doesn't hold them back when it comes to competing in Europe.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean?
No,
Sometimes it'll be like, oh, you don't play competitive games, so you might struggle when you do turn up against someone. They still run through clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
And they always attract the good players. Always get the good players.
And always attract the best players of Germany.
Always.
Almost always.
And then the managers. They get the managers as well. Carlo Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola. I was about to say Xabi Alonso.
No, they are a proper club. Proper history, proper heritage, proper stadium, proper icons. They got it all.
Everything.
Support base. Yeah, they got it all.
Yeah, they could be wherever in this list.
So
they could be higher. I've got them.
In fifth. I've got Bayern in 6th.
So I have Milan in 6.
Okay. Who have you got in 5th?
Barcelona.
So I've got 5th Barcelona.
Yeah.
But Barcelona. I'm now thinking, you know, when I say it about Bayern.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
But remember, Barcelona's success is only very recent.
Nah, but they've had the icons of all icons play for that club. Jeez. iconic players.
They have.
Oh my Lord.
No, that's true.
It's frightening.
But do you remember Jose Mourinho mocking Barcelona, saying that he had won one European Cup and they'd won one European Cup?
Yeah.
Like, I'm old enough to remember when...
Changed now, though.
It's changed now. But it's kind of what I was asking you about Arsenal. Bayern, as Barcelona, had their era of
because they had the best footballer that we've ever seen.
Yeah, but they went from having one European Cup to having
because
5.
that squad was everyone says it's the best squad we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And there's an argument there, but you're going to lose the argument, aren't you? When you look at that squad of Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, I saw a clip of Iniesta, and I was like, I forgot how good he was because Messi was so dominant. I forgot that Iniesta and...
No, it's possibly the best midfield. That midfield trio is arguably the best midfield of all time.
It's phenomenal.
Is it better than Cruz, Casemiro, Modric?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Are there any other threes that compete? Manchester United's 4 would compete. It's not
I
3,
loved
but Manchester
Liverpool
United's 4.
played Seedorf, Kaka, Pirlo.
Yeah.
And I was like... Whoa.
Liverpool had a very good midfield. Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano, was that the same?
That's what I'm trying to say. Look at that. And I love that lot midfield, but compared to that lot, it's just that's not even.
What's Chelsea's best?
It's a different sport. It's a different sport.
Sen, Makaleli.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's good. It's good. But then it isn't just that midfield. Then you go further forward, and all of a sudden, it's David Villa, it's Messi. It's frightening. It's frightening.
So I've got Barcelona in 5, and you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Barcelona 5th. Who have you got in 4th?
Then I had Bayern Munich.
Now I've got AC Milan. So you and I have AC Milan.
It was, that's where the switch was. Yeah.
AC Milan.
Enormous, aren't they? I've got it wrong. Well, you know what it is? I haven't got it wrong because I don't think you can be wrong because they're all that good. But when you was talking about Bayern, and I think of AC Milan, and I think of what you had to compete with in the Italian league, and you're talking some of the big boys, like I mentioned, Inter, Juventus, Napoli, Sampdoria, Fiorentina. Yeah. They were all the time. And they always still found a way to win them all.
AC Milan are undoubtedly the biggest team in Italy.
Yeah.
And Italy is one of the most fertile and beautiful lands of football.
Okay,
so simply by being the biggest club of one of probably the most beautiful footballing nation, you're bigger than Bayern. Because Germany isn't that.
Yeah.
Germany isn't.
It doesn't have
France.
that.
France isn't that.
No.
I think England is interesting. England is interesting because of being the founding fathers and the original league.
Even maybe the Spanish league doesn't have that.
No, it doesn't. Not like Italy.
That. No, you're right.
Not like Italy. Football in its purest form, there is something truly emotional about the connection with Italy.
Yeah.
We were weirdly in the car on the way here. We were talking about that Italian World Cup.
Ridiculous.
We were talking about Pavarotti. We were talking about Schillaci. Yeah. You're talking about like
Baggio,
do you know like the bent nature, like Berlusconi's bunga bunga parties.
Mate.
And do you know the thing I found amazing? I'm reading a book about it at the moment. What I found amazing. Bari on the heel of Italy.
Bari.
The Bari.
Didn't Platt play for them?
David Platt did go to Bari.
Did play for Bari,
David Platt did go to Bari. Yeah. Great knowledge. But listen to how amazing this is. Bari is a very small club, historically very small club. But they have a 65,000 capacity stadium that was built for them for the World Cup. England played there. Yeah. They tried to put England fans as far out of the way as possible, and England ended up playing there. The reason that they have this massive stadium that they still play in is because the president of the FA of Italy was a Bari fan. So he went, in like quite a bent way, I support them, I'm going to build a massive stadium for them for the World Cup that they can have afterwards, right?
Simple.
It's that kind of story.
I love it.
I just think it's so. If that was in England, and like the president of RFA happened to be a Huddersfield fan, and like put a World Cup fixture there. They put a Champions League fixture there, by the way. I think Partizan Belgrade won a European Cup in Bari.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Even
the stories of like Maradona with Napoli, those stories.
When he gets out of the plane, every time he gets out of the plane, he has to do a few headers with a football. As soon as he puts the football away, he cuts it open. It's full of cocaine.
Yeah, those kind of stories.
It's
even the dark arts. Like when you think of the dark arts of them.
Yeah.
Who's the kid that pulled Saka back again?
Yeah, Bonucci.
Like there's everything about them.
And
so it's not just for them.
And Chiellini, yeah, that partnership.
Everyone talks about the defence, but they've got everything. Like Italian football is the most complete in terms of the strikers, the midfielders, and the defence.
If someone ever said to me, "Yeah, you're gonna work for work or for pleasure. We're gonna go to a game. Pick a game. You can go to it." I'll be like, "Okay, obviously I'm going to Italy." Like any game in Europe, you can go abroad, we'll take you. You can go pick any stadium in Europe and we'll take you. I don't know what stadium I pick. There's a massive chance I pick a Rome derby, but I don't know what I pick because I haven't thought about this. I'm just making it up. But I guarantee you the country I'm going to is Italy.
Yeah, I'll probably go Turkey.
Would you?
Yeah, probably give me
Galatasaray, Jim Bom Bom.
Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, derby.
Yeah.
Ooh, probably not wake it back. Probably have to do it.
But AC Milan being the biggest club in that land makes them very high on this list.
Fair.
Which means in 3, this is where it's getting very serious. In 3, I've gone Man United.
Good boy.
Have you?
Good boy.
Okay, listen. This is interesting now because there's a symmetry to this video. At the beginning of the video, there's a chance that I made a massive pig's ear of it by putting Paris Saint-Germain in so early, and you made a great point that it was probably wrong. If that is wrong, then Manchester United probably deserve to be where they are. But is there ever any jeopardy around Manchester United being here? Like Manchester United,
absolutely not.
They're not even a European club this year. They haven't won their domestic league for how long?
Dude, United could be second in this list. Let's be frank. I'm not putting United second here because I'm a Liverpool fan, but United could be second.
Yeah, but they're not second at the moment. It can't just be set in stone forever. They can't be second to, say, Liverpool. They can't.
How long's the drop-off been?
It's been since Fergie left. It's been over a decade.
No, but they've still won trophies. And I don't necessarily rate the
they've won
trophies,
some FA Cups, but we don't give
win.
Arsenal that. You didn't give Arsenal that when we were discussing Arsenal. You didn't go, well, Arsenal won a load of FA Cups, beating Hull City in that.
Arsenal are in the list. Still in the list, though.
But when we were talking about why they're so low, we said because of the trophy haul in Europe.
Yeah. No, it's because it's non-existent.
Yeah.
Whereas Man United have won 3.
But Man United haven't won a European Cup since 2008.
Yeah, but they've won 3.
They've won 3, which is quite shoddy for them.
Maybe so.
Like AC Milan won 7.
Yeah,
and AC Milan haven't been capable of winning one since they won it.
But you know when you say at the start of this video, you said we're going to sort of bring everything to the fore, everything to the table. Man United in terms of financial revenue.
Okay, so
in terms of the fact that they can still pack out Old Trafford.
Is there ever a world where Manchester United perhaps bump down the list? Is there ever a world where Manchester United aren't on the list? Is there ever a world where Barcelona overtake Manchester United in this list?
Yeah.
What is the occurrence?
More trophies.
So Barcelona win another European Cup this season. Does that elevate them over United?
Barcelona and Bayern Munich win another trophy, maybe.
And Man United aren't in it again.
And Man United a 10th.
Aren't in it again. They're not in the European Cup again.
Yeah.
Because, I saw this stat, which I thought was quite shocking. In your head, you process, I know they're out of Europe this year, but in your head, you process Manchester United as a Premier League club, don't you? A Champions League club.
Yeah.
You process them as a Champions League club. They're not in it this year, but they are a Champions League club. Since Fergie retired, they've spent far more time in the Europa League than they spent in
crazy, isn't it?
They've played far more games in the Europa League than they've played in the Champions League, which means by definition, you're a Europa League team. So Manchester United, we're talking about Europe's greats here. I've got them third as well, just so you know. We're kind of on the same page, but I'm trying to explore it. Can that ever be taken away from them?
Where did you have Ajax again?
I had Ajax 9th.
Okay, fair, because they've dropped off considerably as well. They can drop. Mate, look, the top 5 and 6 here are massive clubs. So they can certainly drop down places, but not yet.
If Manchester United don't win in Europe for another... Say we're sitting here in another decade and Manchester United still have 3 European Cups. Does anything change? Or are they still third?
No, they're in the top 10.
But they're not third.
No, they certainly drop. Because by then, and I hate to say it, Man City could have won a couple more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
well,
Manchester
City. Like,
Paris Saint-Germain. I had
Chelsea win
Paris
one
Saint-Germain.
more. We win one more. We've got the same as them.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that they were competing in it every year when we were we were in the second division at various points when they would have been winning European Cups. So no, I do think that there is some jeopardy, but I've got them third, which means I've got
their place on this list in terms of where they are is in jeopardy. But it's still United for now.
And Liverpool above?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, they're just not. So, you know when you suggested that there could be
no.
Like Liverpool, particularly in this conversation, Liverpool are comparable more to Real Madrid than they are Man United. They're closer to Real Madrid. They're closer to Real Madrid.
They are to United. No.
They are.
No.
They are. How many European Cups have Liverpool won? You think about that. You think about how many finals they've been in that they haven't won.
That's crazy, isn't it?
You get fairly average Liverpool teams. Fairly average.
Fairly average.
Like Dirk Kuyt being like, they're still in a European final.
It's crazy.
You get fairly average Liverpool teams. Schmitzer and them winning it.
I know. Igor Biscan, Traore. Yeah.
Like Liverpool in Europe is a force to behold.
It is. But up until Klopp came, the Premier League success just wasn't enough for us to, I think, be challenging Real Madrid, who were winning sort of league titles. Like Liverpool's Premier League non-success is the reason why Liverpool are closer to United than Real Madrid.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
You can't win. I love Liverpool. You can't win 2 league titles in 34 years and think somehow that you are going to be closer.
However, you're about to go 21-20.
Maybe.
You're looking good. You're looking good. No, but you're looking good to go. You're looking good to go 21-20.
Yeah, okay, fair.
So you're looking good to go 21-20. So then I don't really know what metric we're basing. I think Manchester United are a behemoth club. Of course I do. But I just think Liverpool are leaving them standing.
Yeah, because if we go 21-20, my argument then to player or fans would be, we won 3 in 6 years. As opposed to 3 in 30. You know what I mean? It changes, doesn't it? We're like, 3 and 6.
Yeah. So just to explore this then, like Manchester United I think are clearly third. They're clearly more prestigious, the Premier League and their own history than AC Milan and Barcelona and Bayern and whatever else. But I don't see them as like Liverpool, particularly with regard to this European chat. Yeah. How far are Liverpool from Real?
1,000,000 miles.
No.
1,000,000 miles.
Do you know
1,000,000 miles?
This is going to be another thing that I just get wrong.
You know when I was at the Club World Cup?
Yeah.
You know, because you've got PSG on. It's actually interesting because you've got PSG on here. When they played PSG, Real Madrid, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. At that stadium, the MetLife Stadium, which I think holds it's like 80,000. I would say there was about 3,000 PSG fans.
What city is the MetLife Stadium?
New Jersey.
Okay.
About 3,000 PSG fans. Remember, big club now, big fan base. I could not believe...
just the rest of the stadium was Real Madrid.
And Gareth Bale said to me, and he said, there are big clubs and then they're Real Madrid. And I was like, whoa. It's the first time I've ever thought, I fully understand why Trent might have gone here. It looked...
Trent doesn't make sense to me. Because whatever you think about the size of Real Madrid, you're trying to do it from like, we're looking at this in a more holistic way. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool bigger.
Should be.
It'd be like me.
It should be.
Like, you know, if you went to me.
It should be that.
If you know, like my dream all my life was obviously to play for Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, if you went, every kid dreams of playing for Real Madrid. I was like, I literally didn't
yeah,
ever.
But when you've played 400 times for Chelsea, maybe that changes. When you've done it 400 times, when you've done that walk to Stamford Bridge 250 times, when you've done it over and over, you're like, oh, well, 1 second, I just want to see something a bit different.
Possibly.
You know, it changes, doesn't it, a little bit?
Possibly. I don't necessarily see it from Trent Alexander-Arnold's point of view.
Yeah. From what is it, 14 or 15 times European champions?
15.
15 times.
15.
Didn't they win 3 on the bounce?
It's also...
Did they win a hat-trick
3 on it, yeah. Bale came on, do you remember?
Yeah, because I certainly do.
Yeah, Kiev.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa and all that.
I remember it.
But then it's the icons of, you know, when we were talking about AC Milan and their prestige, and it is true about AC. Like I remember AC Milan, you know, like the AC Milan Barcelona thing. What would it have been? 94. AC Milan beat Barcelona in a European final 4-0.
Yeah.
Desai.
Yeah.
Like that was
Romario
the difference of the club.
Side.
That was the difference of the clubs then. It's changed, I agree, but that was the difference. What sets Real Madrid apart is whenever they come up against anyone else in Europe, like even Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like I think,
dude, it's the worst one. Every time we get anyone else, I'm like,
you think you're going to win? I think
you're going to win. As soon as we get Real Madrid, I'm like,
and they have that over everyone. I reckon every set of fans thinks that.
Yeah.
Every set of fans.
When they wear that white uniform, Los Blancos, you know there's a problem.
And it's icon players, isn't it? You know, when you look back over the years.
Yeah. That's why that Barcelona Real Madrid thing was so good, because it was 2 iconic behemoths going against each other.
Their best midfield ever, arguably, versus their best midfield ever. Messi versus Ronaldo.
I remember that Suarez, Neymar, Messi,
thing.
Bell, Benzema, Ronaldo. 2 behemoths, like going boom, boom. Ramos versus Puyol.
Yeah, there was a period, wasn't there, in life when everyone watched El Clasico. It was as important as any
other. Liverpool, Chelsea,
Chelsea, Arsenal,
Spurs,
Tottenham, whatever. Yeah, it was as important.
It was that important.
Yeah,
they're just too big a club right now, and I don't know how anyone bridges the gap. You can't. 15 European Cups. That is the ultimate definition of success here.
Yeah.
How many European trophies do you have? That's the big one. That's why the Bayern Munich fans laugh at Arsenal.
That's why AC Milan have to be on so high.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, they've won it more than basically everyone else.
Yeah.
And they haven't won it for a long time. When did they last win it? 07?
Ancelotti, yeah.
07?
Yeah, Liverpool beat Liverpool 06,
in
07. No,
Athens.
05, 06, I think.
No,
No,
607.
607. You are correct.
Athens, yeah.
Well, we nearly scored one back. I think who got ahead of us? Crouchy?
Kite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pennant. Pennant was man of the match.
Remember that?
Pennant
But
didn't
we had a better team then than we did
the previous. Yeah. When you got big. Do you remember Inzaghi? He broke a record. He scored 2 goals, and the combined total that he was away from the line for both goals was 5 yards. He scored like
perfect.
1 from 2 yards, 1 from 3 yards.
It was the perfect, isn't it? Very
Proper
Gary
poacher.
Lineker-esque, yeah.
There we go. That has been emotional, interesting, and I think possibly incorrect.
Yeah,
But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So do us a favour. You go into the comment section. Please let us know your top 10 biggest clubs. Where have we got it wrong? Who should we have put in? Who have we missed out? Let us know if you think we got it right. Unlikely, but you never know. Really appreciate you watching. Do us a favour before you go. Click the link in the description and make sure that you subscribe to Ade Oladipo's YouTube channel. There is loads going on over there and he is flying with subscribers. So make sure that you go and check it out. Brilliant, brilliant content. Ta-da.